Hey there, it's Angel. Welcome to my little world here. I wanted to film as fast as I could, a tour of the work that I've done so far and some of my watercolors from the past, back when I was a super beginner, total newbie. And I still consider myself a newbie. I think I've been doing it for about, how long have I been painting? I've been painting since I was a little girl, but I've only been doing watercolor for the past few years. And I'm still learning. I still consider myself a student. But yeah, I thought it would be fun to share with you the stuff that I've been working on lately and the stuff that I've done in the past, and then some of my favorite things and also some things that didn't work out. So the first things I'm going to show you from this little pile right here are from a book that I'm reading that I've mentioned. I think I mentioned it in my last haul video. I'm reading this book. I hope it's showing up. I can't see my monitor, but it's called Painting Nature in Watercolor with Kathy Johnson. I would totally recommend this book. I hope I'm not violating any copyright laws by mentioning this book, but I'm mentioning it because I would totally recommend it. I love all of the exercises in it, and it's been a lot of fun. I'm still not even finished with all the exercises, but I'm probably going to go out and buy this book now because I got it at the library. So this isn't in chronological order of, but I know you guys don't care, but and then excuse the paper, all the paper is pretty warped, but yeah, so here are a few of the exercises. This one came out a little bit muddy. Little beach scene. This I love. This was using indigo, one of my favorite colors, for the shadows. This is actually my first waterfall that I've done. I didn't use masking fluid like the exercise called for, but I hate masking fluid. It's just too fussy. Which I probably should have, and I know I should, kind of work a little bit more. But this is just, it's just for practice, for study. This one I just did last night. I'm really proud of it. I love birds. So yeah, so there's that, and then I will show you the very first watercolor that I did. So this is the very first watercolor that I ever did. I did it with like a cheap Pelican opaque color palette. I didn't know that they were opaque at the time. I didn't know anything about watercolor when I did this. I saw a show on PBS about it, and I thought, I think I can do that. I was wrong. You could see I bought liquid frisket because I wanted to do this this little sailboat, and I left the liquid frisket on for like 3 days, and I didn't realize that you had to like remove it. But I mean, it was the very first watercolor I did. I mean, not bad, right? But not great either. So then I decided to take a class, and so I will show you some of the work that I did in my class, and I had a great teacher. So that's the very first one that we did. And I mean, you can see that I was still kind of stuck in like acrylic and oil painting techniques, kind of, even though it's not like I was really that much of an expert in acrylic and oil. Like, see, I was still like concentrating on doing every single, branch and strand of leaf, and, every single step, every single piece of grass. So these two are the same image. I did them twice. Sometimes I do that. I like to do that. And then she had us doing winter scenes a lot. And I mean, whenever I do winter scenes, they end up looking so flat just because, I mean, I've lived in Florida and Hawaii all my life, mostly Florida, but I just, I've seen winter, but it just doesn't, they're very flat when I do winter scenes. But I think it's important to keep around the paintings that you've done, even if they didn't work out well. But like, what I do love about this is the shadows. This is horrible, but like you can see, I was still stuck in doing every single branch, every single you know, detailed. And then, so then I did get, I want to say I did get a little bit better at them. But there's another one that we did. I'm pretty proud of that one. This one was like a 10-minute challenge that we did in the class, and I picked a desert scene, and I was pretty proud of that. I still have a hard time with skies. Like, see, even this is another one that I was never really that happy with. But see, like, I think it's important to find, even like with paintings that you don't like, because you will see your progress as you practice. At least I do. And I like to keep them around because I like to try to find the things that are, I think it's really important to try to find the things that you do like about the paintings that you do, you know, that maybe didn't turn out well. Like, you know, these two things didn't turn out well, but I do like the color combination of, you know, this grassy area and the trees and stuff like that. And you know, we're all a work in progress. So, and I have a lot of like unfinished things that I can skim through. Like, oh, like even this one. This was another winter scene that she had us do. And I do not like doing winter scenes. I'm not a winter kind of girl. And I totally left this unfinished even after the class was over, even though she told us to finish it. But I didn't like the colors that we were using. I didn't like my sky. I didn't like, you know, there's just so many things. You know, we are our own worst critic, right? But what I did like, and what I really, really was proud of was the way I did this piece where the sun was shining with the cobalt blue. And I think this was alizarin crimson and a tiny, tiny bit of burnt sienna. And, you know, so yeah, I just think it is really important, you know, to try new things and to do new things. Here's another unfinished piece. Excuse that string. That was like a 10-minute challenge in the class. But I liked the sky. And here's another unfinished, here's another unfinished piece from class. I really ought to finish this one. I actually kind of like that one. Another painting that didn't work out, but I loved the colors. Little swamp scene. I'm a Florida girl, but the rocks kind of were repetitive, and I mean, I get stuck in my head a lot, but yeah, we'll get to the better stuff later. So here's another one from class. This one actually was a lot better and a lot looser, and I left this one unfinished also because I used Payne's Gray for the shadow, and I think I should have added a little bit of blue or purple to the shadow. So there's another winter scene. These are all from the class that I took. So did we get to, okay. There's another one from class. Here's some little studies when I got new paint. This was, it's not from class, it's from, you know, just me doing. There's one, I bought some quinacridone colors and I wanted to try them out for the first time and did that little cabin. Here's a little boat. I like doing this. This is one of my favorite. My teacher gave us a picture of a little boat that she took, and I kept it, and I do this over and over again when I'm trying out new paint. So here's the last one from class. This is actually a house somewhere the next town over from me. And actually this is unfinished. I think it needs more darks. It has a lot of light and medium tones, but really not that many dark tones. But I wanted to leave it as it was. I just like the lightness of it. So yeah, and then let's see. So I'll show you some stuff that I've been doing lately. Oh, well, actually, I'll show you another winter scene. My teacher, she really challenged us, and just because, you know, I see Florida scenes all the time because I live in Florida. I see palm trees all the time, you know, because I live here. But, you know, so she really challenged us. So here's another one from class. I think that's a California coast. I left this one unfinished. So, elephant. This one's used paint that wasn't very light fast. Was a cheap paint and it's already fading. I probably should put that somewhere in the dark. Okay. So I'll show you some of the things that I've been doing recently and then some of my favorite things. So I've been doing a lot of, been doing this these tomatoes over and over again. I had these tomatoes that my husband bought and I wouldn't let anybody eat them because I wanted to paint them. So I think this was the first one I did. This was the second one I did, and I hated the color combination, but I liked the looseness of it, and then I did like that one. This was a couple weeks ago. This is from a feed catalog. This one I've done, this is the most recent one that I did, and I'm gonna have this one framed and sent to my mother-in-law. If you speak French, that means flowers for sale. My mother-in-law speaks French, so. Oh yeah. Here's another one of my favorite scenes. This is actually from a picture of the road in West Virginia where my grandparents used to live. And that's their little mailbox, and so I do this a lot. This particular painting I do over and over again. Here's a shell lightning whelk, which I feel like this one didn't really come out very well, but I liked the color combination. I kind of left this one unfinished too. Yeah, and then I tried to do a hibiscus. I'm not really big on flowers. And I didn't test out the colors and how they would go together, and it just came out really muddy, and I used a lot of like phthalo blue when I was trying to do a wash, and it stained the paper. And so here was my second attempt, and I think this one came out better. And I really like how psychedelic the background came out. So yeah, so I was really proud of this one. This one I did, I think a month ago. So here's another one of another hibiscus. I don't do a whole lot of flowers, but this one was, I feel like this one ended up being a total disaster. I should probably crop it, you know, I don't know. But it's the first time I ever painted a crab. And I feel like I should have made the background a little bit more subdued, or either that or made the crab a little bit lighter, but you know, oh well, you live and learn, right? And then this one I did a month ago. This is the Castillo di San Marco in St. Augustine, and yeah, I'm very pleased with the way this one came out. So and then on to some of my favorite pieces for different reasons that I did last year. So this is really not very wonderful paper. I wish I had used better paper, but this is actually a real place. This is the island of Samar. My mom's barrio is called San Roque in the Philippine Islands, and this was 20 years ago when I went to go there, and this is from a picture that I took right before I left. And so it's all been developed now, and it doesn't look like this anymore, but this is how I remember this place. And so, yeah, so that's my mom's island. Oh, my timer, okay. So here's another piece that I've done. I keep doing this scene over and over. So it's like if you are standing right here, I'm going to tell you the story. If you're standing, like say you're standing right here taking this picture, you're facing north. And if you turn around and you face south, that's what you'll see. And I love this little beach scene. I love beach scenes, and I like doing beach scenes, and I keep painting this one over and over again. So there's, I mean, and then this little, if you'll see this little hut right here, I keep doing that one over and over again too, like that. And I messed up in the back, and I was trying to like cover it up. I was trying to make it look dark and, you know, jungly, and it ended up just looking like mud because I used bad color mixing, and but I still really like it. And I, you know, like I said, I think it's important to find things in your paintings that you can find positive. And I'm trying to get better at doing like people blobs. I mean, I took figure drawing when I was in college, so I used to do a lot of nudes and things like that. But doing like far away people, I seem to have trouble with. But yeah, but I still like that painting. Oh, and then here's another one. You're gonna laugh. So this is a perfect example of when you don't walk away from a painting, or when I don't walk away from a painting. It just looks so overdone and over, you know, over the top. I mean, I kept adding brush strokes after brush stroke after brush stroke. And, you know, I still really like it because, I mean, this is my favorite thing to paint. I will continue to paint this scene over and over again in different colors because I just, you know, I really love it. And then I went to upstate New York last year, 2 years ago, and I took a bunch of pictures of all kinds of barns. This is an actual place, and that is the Haynes Farm, if you live in upstate New York. And yeah, and they were nice enough to let me take a bunch of pictures of their barn and of their farmhouse, and I did a painting of it. I wonder if they'd like me to send it to them, because I don't plan to, you know, I don't know, it would be nice. But yeah, so that's a little tour. Hopefully it wasn't too long. I would love to do a sketchbook tour in the future, and a watercolor journal tour, and yeah, but I just wanted to show you, whoever might be watching, my progress as a beginner until now. And I mean, I think you can see that I have made some right? I've made some progress, and maybe there's some things that I can help you with along the way, some things that that have helped me and that are continuing to help me. But I really, really, really love looking at people's artwork and looking at people's journals, whatever their skill level is. And so if you would like me to watch, or if you have one, and I haven't been to your channel yet, just because I'm always looking for new artists and new techniques, and I just love looking at people's artwork. And so if you'd like to invite me over to a video that you've made of your art journal, or some of your artwork, whatever medium, maybe mixed medium, maybe you do sculpture, maybe you do watercolor, maybe you just draw, let me know, because I would love to see it. And if you have any constructive critique, please don't hesitate to tell me. So yeah, thank you so much for looking at my artwork and watching my channel. I hope to see you again soon, and I hope that you'll come back for more. So if you want to see more videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Bye!